Ruto is playing a lot of politics to self-preserve himself in 2027. Ruto, after realizing that the mountain is slippery, and even trying to find new strongholds is becoming even more hard, because there are signs that Raila Amolo, not even signs, I keep on telling people that Raila Amolo will stand as president. Now Ruto is running to Uhuru Kenyatta for self-preservation. We all know that for a long period of time, William Ruto has never given an olive hand to Uhuru Kenyatta because of different things. In fact, part of the reason as to why Ruto hated Gachagua is because Gachagua tried to mend relations with Uhuru Kenyatta. Gachagua has ever come out to say that how come Ruto decided to mend relations with Raila, and Ruto was stopping Gachagua to mend relations with Uhuru Kenyatta, yet they come from the same region. That was the reason as to why Gachagua was impeached, part of the reasons. Now, Ruto was seen in Gatundu, but that was a political stunt to try to hold the mountain. After realizing that the mountain is long gone, is trying to play politics. In fact, Ruto is playing more politics than service delivery. We must ask ourselves, why is Ruto visiting Uhuru Kenyatta at this time after failing to visit him even when he has been president? Now is coming to the third year. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the visit which was between Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to know that if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So in the 2022 general election, Uhuru Kenyatta never supported his deputy Ruto. And trust me, by what Ruto said, everyone was supposed to vote for him. Even the mountain stood with William Ruto. Now, after impeaching Gachagua, the mountain Kenya people are not seeing anything for them in government. They are even regretting as to why they didn't follow the direction of Uhuru Kenyatta. And I think Ruto is realizing this. He's trying to play politics to see as if he's having a good working relation with Uhuru Kenyatta so that they can isolate Gachagua. But remember, in 2007, Gachagua is going to be a kingmaker. If the courts let him off the hook, he's going to be the president of the nation. So Ruto is trying, Ruto is futuristic. One of the greatest attitude of Ruto is futuristic. He knows how to organize. So he's trying to isolate Mountain Kenya, one, by calling them tribal against other communities, and by calling Gachagua all sorts of names. And I think even Gachagua is not playing well. He's isolating himself because every rally Gachagua holds is in Mountain Kenya. He should start moving across other communities. Yes, to show you that it is political. William Ruto wanted to exploit it to look like as if he's mending relations with Uhuru Kenyatta. In a tweet which was put out by Uhuru Kenyatta, it was contradicted with a communication from Uhuru Kenyatta's office. I'm going to show you that two communications show that it was political, which William Ruto was aiming at exploiting. In a tweet which was put out by Uhuru Kenyatta, he came out to say, "I have had a fruitful engagement with retired President Uhuru Kenyatta when I paid him a courtesy call at his Gatundu home where we discussed national and regional issues. I thanked him for his continued role as a national statesman and for peacemaking in the region. We called for expeditious resolution of the court matters on IEBC and urged support for the candidates of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga for the chair of the African Union Commission." That was a tweet which was put out by Ruto. You clearly see that tweet entails a message that is aimed to put a veil as if William Ruto is working with Uhuru Kenyatta after knowing that the Mountain Kenya has slid away. But he was contradicted by a communication from the former President Uhuru's office, because Uhuru Kenyatta never wants nonsense. In a communication which was released, and I quote, it says, "Press release on Monday, 19th December 2024, His Excellency William Ruto paid a courtesy call on the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. It is a normal and common practice and indeed recommended that sitting and former presidents engage and consult on matters of national importance for the benefit of the citizenry. It is the light of this that His Excellency President William Ruto paid a courtesy call on the fourth President of Kenya, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, at his Echaweri residence in Gatundu. The two engaged in discussions pertaining to the Kenyan's national interest, particularly matters that have been raised by the citizens as challenges and handicaps to their well-being. These include animosity within the political ranks, and that has created hostile atmosphere, leading to the harassment of individuals perceived to be in the opposition or hostile to the government. Matters of taxation that have been raised by the Kenyans and possible solution to them, matters of insecurity and best practice of citizen policing, and matters of human capital at all levels capable of resolving these challenges. President Kenyatta encouraged President Ruto to build broader political consensus and ensure inclusivity in government and development at all levels. They also discussed the need for vibrant opposition that is crucial for our democracy. His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta laid emphasis on specific areas that he felt crucial stabilizing the country. Top among these issues are transparency and accountability. He stressed that in democracy, sector practitioners need to be consulted continuously and sustainably because they usually have solutions themselves. Further, to entrench Kenyan democratic credentials, there's need to reconstitute the IEBC. That was a communication which was made by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. You clearly see that President Uhuru Kenyatta pointed key issues which were not highlighted in Ruto's tweet. He pointed out taxation, inclusivity, political cohesion, accountability. So it seems that Uhuru Kenyatta was lecturing Ruto, but Ruto covered a veil and put out a tweet to show that they were working together. So that was a political gimmick by Ruto. So you clearly see that Ruto meeting Uhuru Kenyatta, it was political. Before I proceed, I want to play a tape when Uhuru was meeting with Ruto. Here's the tape. That is Uhuru and Ruto. So we must ask ourselves, why is the timing? Remember, when the Gen Zs also came out to protest, Uhuru Kenyatta was among the first people who came out to call out Ruto for failing. Now, after seeing the mountain is going away, Ruto will try to use every strategy to mend relations with Uhuru Kenyatta and the mountain, but the mountain is long gone. I keep on telling people that even if you give all cabinet secretaries to the mountain, they won't get satisfied because for them, as the biggest voting bloc, a cabinet secretary position is so small, they either need to be deputies or presidents. That's why even in the 2022 general election, every presidential candidate picked a Kikuyu. Look in history. It was not a mistake because they know what Kikuyus are made for. Ruto thought that by people not coming out on the street to protest, Gachagua was nothing, and is realizing that he was not nothing. Do you know that ever since Kindiki was picked, Ruto has never visited Mountain Kenya to hold a rally, even his deputy, because he knows the hostile environment. Even when they were consecrating the Embu bishop, do you remember the speech which was made by Uhuru Kenyatta? He came out to say that he normally sees things on social media, implying that Ruto is failing. So by meeting Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to set a center stage so that either one, William Ruto does not involve himself in the politics. Two, he can support him in 2027. Those are the two things. Three, so that he cannot support anyone. So he's trying to mend relations. He's trying to trap Raila and Ruto. So for me, I think Ruto failed, even if he does politics at which stage is going to fail, because the mountain is long gone. Even if he brings Mama Ngina Kenyatta and Jomo Kenyatta the first president, the mountain cannot vote for him. And I think even when Uhuru Kenyatta comes out, I just think if he comes out to say that they should support Ruto in 2027, they will disobey him. He's going to get a second shaming because the mountain is already moved on. Even when Gachagua will not be let off the hook, the person who will say that vote for that person is going to be voted for by the mountain. William Ruto did a very big mistake because he got very bad advice from Kimani Ichung'wah. For me, I think the reason as to why Gachagua was impeached. It's because of battles in Mountain Kenya. People never thought that a one-term president can become deputy president, a one-term member of parliament. People like Imani Uchungwa who are doing the third term. Okay? People like Kabogo, people like Moses Kuria, they gave president a wrong advice, thinking that Gachagua was just a nobody. Now he's realizing that the mountain is with Gachagua and solidly. And Gachagua promised that he's going to make a new announcement come next year. And I think visiting Uhuru Kenyatta won't help anything because the mountain can never come back. Okay? I know it is a good gesture to fight off the opposition from the mountain because Uhuru Kenyatta is somehow idealized. But remember, in politics, when a president is retired, it does not normally hold a lot of influence when there is another person who has occupied the position. And in this case, one of the high-ranking person in Mountain Kenya still serving in politics is Gachagua. The direction he will take is what the Mountain Kenya people will take. And any member of parliament who impeached him is going to go home. Take this to the bank. He's going to go home. So Ruto is planning to prep politics. Even when they attacked Uhuru's family, he kept quiet. Okay? When they attacked his sons, removed the guns, he kept quiet. Now he's coming out now. When the UDA government is crumbling, it is too late. And Ruto is going to face the music. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, please would subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.